Well, this is the final Sunday of our theme that we've been playing with this month, Paying Forward, Giving Back. And I thought that it's appropriate to have it end on a Memorial Day weekend. Our topic this morning is Give, Pressed Down, and Flowing Over. And as I was thinking about the Memorial Day celebration this weekend, I looked it up and got a little bit more information about it. Do you know that it was originally called Decoration Day? And that was because it was a day when the graves were decorated from the people who were fallen from World War I. But I was surprised, that it wasn't declared a national holiday in the United States until 1968. That surprised me. And that on Memorial Day itself, on Monday, tomorrow, at 3 p.m., there is a moment of silence in your local time zone that all of us are to do for those fallen. The American Legion takes to distributing those little poppies, those little red poppies, for this holiday. And I thought that was an interesting tradition. I wanted to share with you the history of the red poppy. From 1914 to 1918, World War I took a greater human toll than any previous conflict, with some 8.5 million soldiers dead of battlefield injuries or disease. The Great War, as it was known, also ravaged landscape of Western Europe, where most of the fiercest fighting took place. But in the warm early spring of 1915, bright red flowers, which are actually weeds, began peeking through the battle-scarred land known as Flounder's poppy. Struck by the sight of bright red blooms on a broken ground, John McCrae, a surgeon who had attended the wounded after a fierce battle, wrote a poem in Flounder's Field, in which he channeled the voice of the fallen soldiers buried under those hardy poppies. Published in Punch magazine in 1915, the poem would be used as countless memorial ceremonies and became one of the most famous works of art to emerge from the Great War. In Flanders Fields by John McCrae. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break the faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow. And through that carnage of war, one of the most horrific experiences that anyone can experience, mankind suffered tremendously. And so we're here to remember the fallen, but I think more importantly, we're here to remember the value of avoiding and eliminating this horrible thing called war in this human existence. So let's today look at this Memorial Day weekend and focus on giving back, paying it forward, as it relates to our theme today. The various quotes that I had in our thought for the week shows how much this event or this way of sharing what we are with others has come down through all the ages, all the centuries. I was amazed to find how many different people had said, let's do this thing. It started with the play in ancient Athens in 317 BC, Benjamin Franklin in 1784, Ralph Waldo Emerson in his essay Compensation, Lily Hardy, Hammond's 1916 book, and most recently that movie, Pay It Forward. So I think the substance of this theme of paying it forward is kind of on a subatomic level with all of us who have been experiencing this humanness on this earth plane, way back, way before Christ. That we experience and we know there's this golden thread that weaves through us all, and it is absolutely what Sylvia talked about this morning, is this golden bridge of love. This love is so powerful, so complete, so full, in and through everything and everyone. And I think that's what we recognize. No matter who we look at in life, if it's someone we know, someone we don't know, someone in another country, wherever it is, that there's something innate in us that reaches out and wants to commune with that love in each and every person. All of us will give our love in our own unique way. I wanted to let you know this last week, I had the opportunity on Tuesday to go to California Adventure. I did that because my best girlfriend in the world, Joanne, was turning 70 this month, and I asked her what she was doing for her birthday, and she said, I want to go to Disneyland, but my husband doesn't want to go. And I said, I'll go. And so we made arrangements. She comes from Hesperia. I come from Alpine, so we were going to meet at a park and ride in Tustin. And she has the background that I do. We met each other in Methodist church when I was in 4th grade. Then we both transferred over to Unity, and now we're both in Science of Mind. And so she and I both have the habit of every morning reading our daily word, the little pamphlet from Unity. And as I called her to tell her that I was leaving the house, I said, and by the way, did you read the daily word today? You know what the daily word is? It's divine order. So everything that happens today is in divine order. We're going to say that. We're going to know that. And so we were trying to figure out the time because my drive up there was longer than hers. So what time is she going to leave? So that and she goes, well, I'm going to say that we're both arriving at the same time at this park and ride. So great, we take ourselves off, we are doing this thing. And, I am knowing how to get to the 5 from Alpine. It's very simple, you just go down the hill to the 8 to the 67 or Lake Jenny's, whatever, and you're going to take 52 across to 5. And it was an interesting morning because to go from Alpine to Greenfield, which is East El Cajon, took me 1/2 hour, which is an unusual length of time. So I finally got on the 67, and then I'm looking ahead going, what's all this congestion here? There's something happening. Okay, yeah, the ramp to 52 is closed. Closed. Okay, so we can think on our feet. I don't have GPS in my car. So I'm like, okay, this is fine. I'm headed north anyway, and I know that Scripps Poway thing does something. It goes over to the west somehow or another. And I didn't know anything more than that. So my intuition told me, call a friend. And so I called Annette, and she's lives in Oceanside, and she's traveled, in the San Diego area quite a bit. She goes, okay, let me check, and I'll call you right back. Yes, you're fine. Just take that Scripps Poway, go to the 15 north. The next exit will be that 76 Ted Williams Parkway. Make a left, that'll get you to the 5. Okay, good. And of course, then I was able to call Joanne and told her what was happening with me and when I was gonna get there, I thought, or whatever. And I thought, isn't that interesting? We're going to California Adventure. And I've already had a California Adventure already this morning, just getting there. How cool is that? And everything is in divine order. And so it's interesting when you stop and you think how your perception, your choice of how you could respond to that kind of a change could be. I could have been upset, I could have been mad. I thought, it is what it is. I'm going to go with the flow here. And so the reason why I went to Disneyland or at California Adventure with Joanne is because I love her. And I knew that at one point in the day, because I love Joanne, and she loves roller coasters, and I do not, that I would have to get on that roller coaster with her.
Perfect place.
And they call it the Incredibles. It's this one that goes really up and down and around and all that. And they tell you what to get on. They say go row number 1, 2, 3, right there, the little circles that says where you're gonna sit. Number 1.
Of course, birthday party.
First row. So I get in there and I put the thing in front of me to hold you down, on this thing over your shoulders, and hold on, and immediately close my eyes. Well, I have contacts, so I didn't want anything getting in my eye.
Oh, yeah.
And so it started, and it was going so forth. And it was funny because at one point Lefty fell off. They have this handhold things right up here by your shoulders, and Lefty fell. Like, oh my God, I had to get Lefty back up here. So hold on. And I only had 2 blood-curdling screams, and that was when it went straight down like that. Oh my gosh. And so we experienced that. You can't believe how much Joanne loved and appreciated that I went on that roller coaster with her. She gave me such a big hug. I don't know how many times a day we did this. She just gave me a hug. I am so appreciative of you doing this. And I knew I had to do it because it was with Joanne. It was her birthday. It was just she and me, I couldn't let somebody else step up and do it for me like I've done in the past. And it was a great day. We did everything we wanted to do. I wish I could show you the picture, maybe when I'll show you later on my phone. You do that one game, you do it where it's Toy Story, where you shoot, it's virtual, but it's a target practice thing. And you put 3D glasses on. Well, Joanne always wears glasses anyway, and I have this great picture of her. I was sitting next to her, and here she's got these 3D glasses on over her glasses, and she's just grinning like this. I thought, what a great picture, Joanne, So, to celebrate our birthdays, to celebrate this life that we have, and just the way that we want to do it, I commend you to do that. And I commend you to ask your best friend to go with you, and I bet you they will. Do whatever they're asked to do. I wanted to share with you a reading from Eileen Cady's book, Opening Doors, today, because what we're focusing on is this giving, our oneness, recognizing that. So she says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Take time to think on this law and take time to act on it. As you put it into practice, you will find all selfishness and self-concern will disappear, and your love for your fellow human beings will take first place, i.e., ride a coaster. It is when you are thinking and living for others that you find true freedom and happiness. When you are in that raised state of consciousness, anything can happen, for life can flow freely without any obstructions. Refuse to see obstruction and see only opportunities. When you are wrong, set yourself right and learn from everything. There is an answer to every problem. Seek until you have found it. You never need search in vain, for as you seek diligently for every answer, you will surely find it. But remember, never expect anything to fall into your lap without playing your part, and doing what you know must be done. I help those souls who help themselves. Very important lesson there. We're in this life, but we need to be a participant in it. We need to know that when something happens in life that we didn't expect, that we didn't want, what we didn't like, that we have within us this power, this presence, this love to bring us through it. We need to have that trust and that confidence in ourselves that this being that is everything, is leading us always to our highest and best good. So let's not do it kicking and screaming. Okay, maybe a little bit on a roller coaster. But set your intentions early in the day for how you want your day to go. That day, when we set our intention to have everything in divine order, wow, how cool was that? Everything was in divine order. Regardless of the fact that when we were on the boulevard, Disneyland's right there. The parking lot's right there. Joanne used to work at Disneyland. She knows exactly where she's going. And we're sitting at a stoplight, and all these cars are parading in front of us. They've got this, the direct traffic people. And she goes, I wonder where all those cars are coming from. I said, I don't know. They're going right there. Well, if we had made a right-hand turn right there, we would have been in that flow. But no, we knew where the parking lot was for Disneyland. So we went to the parking lot. And then we realized, oh, that parking lot's closed, and that's why we're in now this flow of these cars that are going to that other parking lot. 45 minutes later, we got to park in the parking lot. It was all in divine order. It's like, really? I said, gosh, if we had just made a right turn right then, we could have just, saved it. Oh, well, perfect timing, that's what it's about. I told you last week that I had a divine appointment. I had run into the lady that used to be our attorney. She's now retired, but she was right here in our office. She was here for a whole different event, and I hadn't seen her in years, Darity, and so we had a great time to catch up, and da-da-da-da. I had another divine appointment yesterday. I was going to the Smart and Final, and over here, not just down the hill a little bit, and I'm going down the canned foods aisle, and this lady's got her cart, and she's standing right in front of what I want to get, the green beans. I want to make a 3 green bean salad. Anyway, she was standing there, and I was waiting. I kind of stood behind her, waiting for her to do what she's going to do, and she said under her breath, "What's the best value?" And I recognized this voice, and so I stepped up to her, and I looked at her, and both of us, our eyes were like this big, looking at each other, going, "Oh my gosh!" This is a lady that in my day job as an insurance agent, I've worked with Sue Palmieri for years on a phone on the brokerage side. She was a broker, and I'd call her, we'd write business together, and we would go out to lunch here and there occasionally and so forth. She actually came to my open house that I had when I moved into my place, and that's been 3 years that's happened. And then she got cancer. She was no longer working. I never contacted her by her cell phone. I always contacted her email at work. And so when she wasn't working anymore, I didn't know how to get a hold of her. And I kept asking, how is Sue? How's she doing? Oh, we think she's doing better. So then I was able to say, right there, she's standing there right in front of me. She goes, "Oh my gosh, yay, yay." And she's then been in remission from her cancer for a year. And I got her phone number so we can connect. And it was funny because she goes, I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to get some green beans here too. I'm going to make a 3-bean salad." She goes, "I'm making a 3-bean salad." And then her husband comes up and he puts some corn in the cart. And I said, she goes, "Oh, you remember my husband, so-and-so?" "Yes, okay." I said, "And you got corn?" "I've got corn in my cart too." But these divine appointments happen. It took quite a while. It was quite a long time before the divine timing of getting to see her again happened. But to know that as we are connected one another, that wholeness that we have is that divine thread that pulls us together. I think that all of us, when we stop and think about it, recognize the value of giving it forward, of paying it forward, even to someone that we don't even know. You know how many opportunities we have when the person stands there in the middle of where the stoplight is with the sign. It says homeless, need some help, whatever. I know I have ignored them. I drive on, I move on. And then I read something, and it was my guidepost book, that said, what I do now is I keep in my car, or keep in a pocket, I keep the power bars, a little power bar. Well, that's easy to do. That's easy to just hand to a person. Here's some substance, here's some food for you. And I've told myself, I'm going to prepare myself for that. Next time, I'm going to have that in my little glove box in my car. I can hand that to someone. When we enlarge our territory beyond our immediate mouse whiskers, and we fly with the eagles and see the bigger picture, life is grand. Life is good. Life is whole and complete. We just need to change our perspective. We can never, never outgive this wholeness that we are. I'm going to commend you all to take a look at yourself and your life and what you're doing in it. How is it going for you? Do you know that every day is divine order? That every day you're here to learn and grow and give and be? Earlier this week, I saw my little 13-month-old granddaughter. She's got now there's 2 teeth in the bottom and another third one that's just coming up. And as I said that, I said, look, there's a little third tooth just coming up now. And my son, her father, goes, what? What? I hadn't seen that yet. And we're all excited about, this new little tooth that's coming up. She's a knit baby. She's, talk about growing, talk about changing. And that yet my girlfriend and I, who are 70, we're growing, we're changing. Different rate, different stuff happening in life, but we still are experiencing life from a roller coaster standpoint of the ups and the downs. And when we are on an up, it's so much very, very important for us to recognize that somebody else might be on the down. Let's give them a hand. Let's give when we can. And if we're on a down and someone is providing you with some help, accept it. Say thank you. Say yes. But what I'm going to commend you to do now, because I think life is about growth, it's about change, about evolving, about revealing more of this infinite self that we are. And I think that you need to think strongly about attending this 4T prosperity class that's coming up, starting this week. Starting on Wednesday, it's a 12-week course. I know many of you have already made your mind up, I'm not going to do that, I've done it before, it's 12 weeks, I've got other things I need to do, blah, blah, blah. I want you to stop and think about it. Even if you took this class before, you're not the same person you were then. I set the intention when we offered this course that there would be 10 students. There are 5 names on that list. I want you to personally think and ask yourself, is this for me? Is this something that I'm able to grow through? This is one of the most comprehensive courses on prosperity that you will ever see, that you will ever participate in. All-encompassing. I ask you to give yourself that gift, to learn, to grow, to extend, to reveal this infinite being that you are. And the fun part about it is that we're doing it in a group. And in a group, there's that dynamic that happens. You have wisdom to share, someone else will have wisdom to share, you'll have questions, someone else will have answers. It's a fabulous thing to do. And a nominal cost, but a commitment to tithe of your time, talent, and treasure for those 12 weeks to our church. I actually know that there's going to be more names on that list at the end of this morning. So take it into prayer. Take it into your consciousness. You may not want to sign up right today, but get a hold of me. Come here on Wednesday. We can still order the books. That's not a problem. It takes 2 days to get them. And I want you to remember that you are here to learn and grow and reveal this infinite being that you are. And doing it in a group setting is one of the best ways you can do it. We form bonds. Just like I have a bond with my friend Joanne from Sunday school in 4th grade. When we are in those classes, there is a bond. There is a camaraderie that is evident. It's palatable to all of us. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. I ask you to do that. The main thing I want to anchor today with is the fact that we are love. that is all there is love. It is that golden thread that unites and binds us all. It is infinite. It is beautiful. It is giving. And that's what we are. That is our energy. Let's show up and play the game. Oh my gosh, speaking of that, did you guys watch the Padre game yesterday? Oh my gosh! 19 runs, 7 home runs. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, I digress. Do what you love in life. Have joy, have fun. And I wanted to close. What was coming to my mind as I was trying to wrap up this talk this morning is that I want to close with a song. And it's familiar to some of you. And as I sing it, I'd like you to join me if you know it, or you'll soon learn it if you don't. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one. And peace has come, for we are one. Namaste. Love you.